Well, happy Juneteenth. Started my day with Black-owned coffee shop, Gems and Joe's, here on Hamilton Street. It's a great place to start. Great. If you haven't been there, it's a beautiful space. Like the space is really beautiful. One of my favorites in the valley, to be honest with you. And I'm not being biased. I'm just being just. If you come, you'll see. And then, yeah, so I'm starting my day off like that. Today's very eventful. I'm about to head to a meeting at my office, walking down there now. And then later on this afternoon, I'm going to be on the panel for Juneteenth. So looking forward to that. Like I was telling them, on the day that I wish I drank cold coffee, I'm so addicted to hot coffee, I still drink it in the summer. So anyway, with that said, I'll stay tuned. I just made it to the office. It is crazy hot outside. But anyway, what I wanted to talk to you about, it's one of the things and I think I mentioned this in one of the episodes, I haven't really been taking like any public speaking engagements or anything like that. Mainly because I was just retooling and just like going deeper on, personal work, like we're doing some work internally, just kind of getting aligned with everything. I mean, I went from, working with the company, we raised $147 million. I was jet setting. It was amazing. Parting ways with them in the hopes of getting venture back, starting a venture back startup. Lost out on almost $500,000 because of the Silicon Valley bank run. And then that was it. After that, it was like the markets got really tight fist. Things are picking back up. But it made me retool on who I was becoming. And it's like, back to the speaking engagement. So it's like when these speaking engagements, now that I took this one, it really crystallizes, for some reason, my purpose or the telos. If you look at telos, Telos, which is the name of my company, it means purpose. It means chief aim. It means the ultimate reason. And then FX, and that's the process that I'm building underneath that to acquire companies and do all that. But the purpose starts to get clear because for some reason my mind is just like speculating what I'm gonna say, speculating. Because I don't know, I don't have any script to it, but I'm noticing the speculation and things that I have wanted to say or have been sitting on, let's say publicly, are bubbling up in the form of speculation. So as I was walking here, I took some time really just to listen. Even this morning when I was brushing my teeth and in the shower, doing my morning routine, it was bubbling up, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to meeting, people on the panel and hearing their voices. And because at the end of the day, it's one voice. It's just amplified from multiple perspectives that sound the alarm or signal one voice. But I always, in my mind, I'm always looking for signal. I'm always looking for signal because there's so much predictability in talk tracks. So I'm always seeking signal, and signal is just, filtering and combining ideas that didn't go together, or they don't even fit into the mainstream conversation. So with that said, I have a meeting coming up shortly. He should be here any minute, and then stay tuned. Quick thought. If you're out there, you're building a business, or you're just getting started, you should be very, very grateful of the days when you don't have the financial backing that you believe you need in order to succeed. And there is a place for that. There is a place for capital and having capital in the beginning, but you should be grateful for that season. Why? Because sometimes when you get too many, and I learned this working with, a CEO of that company I was telling you about, $100 million company. I work directly with the CEO. And one of the things that I gleaned from that is, even though we had money in the bank all the time, he was disciplined enough. When I say money, we have money in the bank, 9 figures. And when I say discipline, the discipline to say, act like we don't have any money, how would you solve that problem? And what it did was it pulled out, our resourcefulness, our creativity, and then what that does is that expands the value of the equity that you're working towards. But you don't know that because sometimes it's easy to say, well, I don't have the backing, I can't start, or I can't go to the next step. It's really like about going deeper and saying, wow, I'm afforded this opportunity to think creative. This may not happen again. Because once you figure it out and kind of configure things in a way that's valuable to the market, then you're responsible to the market. You're responsible to the customers first, your clients, customers first, and then you're responsible to the people that gave you the backing. And once you start inserting other people's monies into your venture, things have a way of changing pretty quickly. So you want to hold on to your independence as long as possible. I treat it like I used to be in the music industry, and I was a rapper, and I treat it like being an independent rapper. You want to keep your independence as long as possible, because what that does is it gives you more leverage. Like for what I'm building right now, there's actually funding that I'm waiting for right now that is getting delayed and pushed back and pushed back, and I'm like, what is going on? Why does it keep on getting pushed back? But the more I think about it, I'm like, I've seen how much the proprietary piece of what we're building is way more sophisticated and way more resourceful and creative than it would have been had I had that money. I'd been blinded, and I wouldn't have been able to see what I see. But now, I still need that funding. I still need that to hit my bank account. But had I had it, I don't think I would have been with the model that we have, a proprietary model that we're building. And I've been showing you, not just for my vlog, but for the parent company, which I can't really get into that much detail about because it's going to be proprietary. But it would not be where it's at had I had funding. So cherish, be grateful for the moments when you don't have the backing that you think you deserve. And it gets hard. Don't get it twisted. It's hard. It gets really hard, especially when you're looking to the left and to the right. So just wanted to just give you that reminder. And I'm just having these thoughts as I'm waiting for my next meeting.
But I think I'll be on Xbox Live every day.
Yeah.
Let's get white. It is funny. It's funny. I don't care. And I think how do you get past because it's the same thing with with people with religion going at each other. It's like how do we get past this or religion and go, we're all human. Yeah. And it's not us versus us. It's us versus them, and they're painting it this way to show that whole you watch probably Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Yeah.
The way
they try to make that so bad.
Yes.
And it's it's just basketball.
Yes. I see what you're saying. Yeah, they are. It's weird. Yeah, they are. Because you just think, because the WNBA have been crying about no one's watching this, no one's watching it. And as soon as now you have attention, now it's it gets catty.
Yeah, and it's the people on it's the new they will anything that they do them as the hot topic will try to put us against each other.
Yeah, I mean it's tough because it's almost like it's a divide and conquer type situation. Yeah, and we've been so programmed race-based programming. Yeah, specifically in the West. We don't. It's hard for us to see it any other way. But the kicker is this: the race-based thing became an economic engine. Capitalism. That's where it gets really sticky. Yeah. Because when you look at how the whole idea of race was constructed, it's this doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. It's and it comes from the Bible. When you really dig deep. Like it's a Western take on an Eastern holy book that says we're superior than you because of this thing that happened to Noah, and like, this specific people are cursed.
And like, how much of that is like also we only know what we know. How much of those were altered?
That's
And like, it's just wild. Like, I'm almost positive the people here were black people. I think.
Indigenously speaking, indigenously speaking, yes.
And it's just but I think where it is right now is like, I'm obviously I'm a white person. So
yes.
I don't have that in my like the things that happen.
Yes.
So like I understand that.
Yeah.
And I understand that like there is a lot of it's hard. You that shift can't be done because there's too many older, like racist ass white people.
There's a lot of boomers that are still holding the reins.
Yeah, and like so that is what people grew up like, and then it's there. It's like I see it all the time when I'm with my friends out, like, and it's so you can't just have that shift right away and just say like, oh, and no one's bad. But like I do think that we have gotten past that point, like when that generation's done. Yeah. Like I don't think people in this generation just give a fuck about color. We're all human. Like we're getting there.
Yeah. I think my issue is this: America had a chance to repair this. Yeah. America had a chance to repair this issue. It's called the Sherman Act 15, and you heard of 40 acres of a mule. Yeah. You heard that saying, 40 acres of a mule, and that's what it really came. It comes from. There was a time when Lincoln was the president, and they were like, "We're going to take care of this. We're going to give you this much land. Yeah. We're going to give you this much land. We're going to give everybody 40 acres. We're going to split it up. 40 acres. We're going to give you leftover mules from the Civil War because we're not using them anymore, and you can pretty much build." Lincoln gets killed. That gets nixed. Yeah. What happens is, like, and there's studies that are done that if the black Americans at that time had that land and grew it, the value of that 100 years later, we're talking trillions of dollars of economic value that would have been created. I didn't know that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and most people don't know that.
I was gonna say I feel like I know a good amount, but I'm also very ignorant to a lot of things. Like I don't sit there and study every little thing. And that's also a thing that makes sense of why like I can say that easily, but I don't fucking know everything.
Yeah. So it's tough. And so the issue really is like people benefit. Like there's immigrant people that come here, they benefit from work that was laid. Even though you said, well, we weren't there. Yeah. But your people benefit, don't even realize what even makes America great. Yeah. Like we run a business. Yeah. Imagine if we can get free labor. Yeah. We don't have to pay nobody. What's our profits gonna look like? Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. That's so that's like the idea is like I look at this as objective as possible. Yeah. If I was in business, I would want that. I think I would want that. Yeah, free labor.
I'll take it.
You know what I mean? Like I get it from a business perspective, but then when it starts to become institutionalized.
You mean like now?
Now, and people are not aware of why the American dream even exists. Why somebody from India you hear these stories all the time. We come with, I had $7 in my pocket, and I'm a millionaire now. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't happen because of just all your ingenuity and your hustle and.
Yeah, no, it's and that's why I think I have the greatest perspective on this because if I didn't move from there, from the city, I wouldn't be over here. Like I don't think I would have gone. And people, that's what people outside of it don't realize. So like I've had conversations like that before, and people are like, well, you made it out, and I'm like, my fucking mom moved me out at 13. I was like, my brother's, like I would have went the same path because that's who I looked up to, and all I knew. Yeah. And you're in this like it's a like I was watching this documentary on like how they raise chickens and like the fish and stuff like that now, and how they're like they're literally on top of each other, and they feed them all of this like crazy ass shit to fatten them, like and they get diseases, and they're all over, and it's like, and it is the exact replica of like inner city, and it's like, and then you start to realize like we're those people, and yeah, for me it was never about like color, it was more about like struggle, and like because I was like, even just like educational, I was so far behind when I moved to Bucks County. And like it was just like you go there, and it's like these kids have their families who like are handling the businesses and acres, and it's like, you know,
you saw like, oh wow.
And I'm there like, you got like 10 years, you got to save your whole family. Like
So you have a very you're a unique case.
Mm-hmm. I think it is. Yeah.
And I'm unique. My unique case is the fact that. And I told you about my dad, like, you know, he was alcoholic, and my life, I should be in that life. So growing up, I grew up in the suburbs as that only white kid, only black kid in all white school.
So you have the
So I have an opposite experience. But my family and stuff like that, you know, I would see that life, or my dad would take us to, like the acres or like the projects here, and we would see it, but that wasn't our experience. Which is like the opposite. All right, so I am done with that meeting. It was a really productive meeting. Jason is heading to his honeymoon with his wife, and so trying to tighten and get as aligned as possible. You know, kind of divvying up the work and seeing like what he's gonna take care of, what I'm gonna take care of. There's only so much he's gonna do. He's on vacation. I'm not gonna bother him, but we just wanted to get that all settled before he jets off. And what you caught, if you're watching, is a conversation that we really got into. And as I'm about to head down to the Juneteenth celebration, these are the type of conversations that that need to be seen. Because it's education. We have to educate one another, understand everybody's perspective. But at the end of the day, as much as we want to live in a kumbaya, everybody's human world, the world doesn't work like that. And you have to use specific language in specific situations for people to understand. And then kind of code in those words the humanity, or the utopia, the vision, or the thing that you see. But you have to meet people where they're at, and you can't blame people for it. You cannot blame people for where they're at, because people are where they're at, and I'm where I'm at. But you got to do your best to meet people where they're at, get understanding first. There's a saying that says, first seek to understand, then to be understood. Sometimes it's easier said than done. So I'm just taking a little break. This is our tuna talks. Taking a little break, decompressing from that meeting, and just switching my mindset into a different mode before I head down there. So stay tuned. Wife and daughter just dropped off my new bracelet. My other one, I had it on for so long, it was like, okay, it was time for a new one. So just got an updated one, black on black. Transform reality, master you now. The mantra. This is what it looks like. Let me get that right. This is what it looks like when it's on. I apologize for the bad angle, but you get. Made it down to Juneteenth celebration here in Allentown. So as you see, it was pretty live. People are starting to come out. The music is going, and looking forward to sharing in a little bit. All right, about to head on to this panel. Let's see how it goes.
I'm even in the front. I'm even in the front. Partway through these responses, in the back of my head, I heard Nas's ether beat.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep this short and sweet. One of the things, the most revolutionary act is the black family. And I'm speaking specifically to the black family. And unit, what happens is it's being attacked. And one of the things that I like to deal with the root of the issue and not the symptoms. And I think a lot of the root of the problem is that we're still chasing the ghost of civil rights. Sure. We're still chasing the ghost of our ancestors. And that's what they are, they're ghosts. And what happens is we can't see. We're blind, we can't even see the future if we're still chasing the past and the strategies from the past. What I like to say is, I work in venture capital, and one of the things that we talk a lot about is that you don't want to dilute your business. You want to keep as much equity as possible. And what we have done, because we have outsourced our identity to so many different people, we have allowed everybody to piggyback on our movement. We have diluted our equity. We have diluted our equity. So when we're fighting for DEI and all of these things, it's empty because you've already diluted your equity. And if you don't have equity, are you guys hearing that? If you don't have equity, you don't have leverage.
That's true.
If you don't have leverage, how are you going to move into the future? So the root cause is we have to be gatekeepers. We have to be gatekeepers of our culture, gatekeepers of our economics. And if we're not doing that, we're diluting our equity.
Over and over.
So the fight is empty, and we're chasing ghosts. We're chasing ghosts.
Wow. Yes, that's true.
So what we gotta stop doing is chasing ghosts, and chasing.
Just got back from the Juneteenth panel and event. It was beautiful to see all the people out there and the vibe and everything. But yeah, I think it went well. My wife said it went well, so I guess it went well. But I just wanted to, share. Let me set this up. Share what was on my mind and something I've been meditating. I don't know if it landed or not, but it is what it is, and I feel like I did my job. All right, so I am done for today. Heading home. Today was a long day. It was a good day. But anyway, like I always say, if there's anything in this video that resonates, we'd love to hear from you. I'll be hanging out in the comments for the next 30, 45 minutes. So we'd love to, hear your thoughts. But that's it. Peace.